Mystic Timbers, yeah, that's your TCI, but you really don't need to crap. I ain't really a bad guy. You just ate a little too much pie. I'm sorry I couldn't.
Earlier today, Busch Gardens in Tampa, Florida has announced their 2019 attraction, as well as a few hints towards their 2020 attraction. Both of these are somewhat related to Gwazi. In fact, the 2020 announcement is directly related to Gwazi, and is probably RMC Gwazi. Now, we'll talk about that in a second, and if you don't know what RMC is, I'll teach you. Because mainly this is a video for a coaster enthusiast, but if you're someone else who's a Busch Gardens fan and you're excited to figure out what your new park is getting, this is the right place to be because you're about to find out. So, there's a record that SeaWorld, the company that owns Busch Gardens, has purchased 3 of these Skyrocket 2 models, which is what Tigris is. It is a coaster built by Premier Rides, the original being at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, and has since been cloned many times. It has been cloned twice at 2 other SeaWorld/Busch Gardens parks, and we knew that there would be a third one coming soon, and I figured that, honestly, this would be it, and well, it is. And honestly, I'm not going to talk about the stats of the ride or anything, because if you know about Electric Eel at Six Flags in San Diego, or Tempesto, or even Superman at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, you know the speed, you know the height, you know the stats and all that. And if you watch this announcement on Busch Gardens' site, you already know that. However, there is something else right after this announcement that caught everyone's attention much more than the Tigris announcement, and it's kind of great that 2020 is going to be way better than 2019, because Busch Gardens has been in trouble for quite a while.
So not only are we giving you information about 2019, we wanted to give you a little bit something about 2020. So I can't give you all of the details yet, but from Gwazi's existence, it's always been a little bit of a rocky ride. So we decided we're going to go ahead and revamp Gwazi into a new attraction. Now, I can't give you any more information than that, but I can tell you that you're going to be holding on to your seats. It's going to be an awesome ride. It's going to be thrilling. You're going to love it. And now we've got something coming in 19. You can see up on the map. That is in our old tidal wave location. In 2020, we've got something coming in the Gwazi area of the park. More information is coming on that in the coming months, and we're happy to announce it when we have more information that we can provide.
So, for Busch Gardens' next 2 years, they have Tigris, a Premier Rides Skyrocket 2 clone, coming to the park in 2019. And in 2020, they have something with Gwazi, whether it's Gwazi going bye-bye and then putting something else there, or them RMCing it, or maybe they tear it down and put a ground-up RMC or a T-Rex, or maybe they just put T-Rex track on Gwazi. Who knows? We have no idea what Busch Gardens is going to do. But that leads me to one more thing. 2 more things, actually. Alright, so taking a look at a Google Earth view, here is Gwazi. It doesn't look that bad, honestly. I mean, it's standing at least. But I do know that it is not in the greatest condition, even though it doesn't look that bad from far away. The tunnels in the pre-lift section have been completely underwater. That track's definitely rotten. All that structure's rotten. I know the rails and a lot of the metal beams are completely rusted. I've seen photos from people. I'm friends with people I know who work in that area or work at the parks. I've definitely seen photos of that. However, for an RMC, you don't have to worry about the old rails because those are gone. But this is a wooden coaster in Florida. It's been sitting but not operating for a good few years now. It's definitely going to require quite a bit of work if RMC is to do anything with this. I used to think it was pretty impossible. However, if they have the time, commitment, and the money, they can do it. It's definitely doable. There will be a lot of structure being replaced because you gotta think about this. It's in the middle of Florida. It's really humid and wet, and it probably has not been taken care of. I assume the structure's pretty rotten and in pretty bad condition. But Busch Gardens says they're doing something with Gwazi. It's probably an RMC. Just saying. I hate being that guy that goes, oh, RMC, because I think RMC is extremely overrated, to be honest. But it does look like something like RMC or a GCI retrack, even though it's already a GCI, is coming. But I would assume it's RMC. And last but not least, we have the application from SeaWorld for Twisted Tiger. So, earlier in March, SeaWorld applied for permits, or whatever these things are called. Building permits, there you go. That's the word. They applied for Tigris and Twisted Tiger. And Tigris was just announced. So now we have left is Twisted Tiger. And what ride has a tiger theme and is right next to Twisted Tiger? It's Gwazi! And what kind of ride usually has the word twisted in it? Oh, RMC. Oh, okay. Well, this pretty much sums it up. I honestly didn't want Gwazi to be RMC because I didn't think it would. I didn't think it was possible, but apparently it is, and it looks like it's probably happening. It's interesting. GNS Worldwide Services, I forget what they do. I know they do something related to the theme park industry. Probably the people who would be putting it together. Because, you know, RMC, I don't know if they help. I know they help construct the ride, but, like, they don't put it all together. Like, usually a company hires a contracting company to help, like, physically construct the ride. It's sort of a contracting thing. But they definitely do help out. So it does look like it's a Gwazi RMC, guys. That's pretty much all I have to say. It's pretty obvious. Earlier today, I was even like, no, there's no way. There's no way. And then I came home and watched the video and went and looked back at this. I'm like, all right, well, it looks like they're getting an RMC. I was wrong. And I was wrong, and I admit it. Yay. Woo! And that's about all I have for this video. It was a very interesting day getting to see that they're actually getting a Skyrocket 2, and I was proven correct on that one, and as so were many other people. And I was wrong when it comes to RMC Gwazi. It looks like that's probably happening in 2020. So be sure to let me know if I missed anything, or if you have any comments about what you think. I would definitely like to hear what you think, so be sure to leave those for sure in the comment section. And if this is your home park, let me just say you have a very lucky 2 years ahead of you. Right on, guys.
Mystic Timbers, yeah, that could GCI, but you really don't need to crap. I ain't really a bad guy. You just ate a little too much pie. I'm sorry I couldn't identify you. Didn't look like you had good in you. I could even see it in your eyes. No need to cry.